What's happening? It's Danny Diatribe for another episode of Dialogue. I'm here with my man Shane Dean. Shane, what's happening? Congratulations on another amazing night at Bennigans. It was fucking great. It was well attended too. Would you say that's the best night you've put on so far?
Probably the best night, like attendance wise, definitely, and just all round vibes. Like. And
another person I wanted to talk about as well is the main man, Donegal's Biggie Smalls, Willy G.
Willy fucking G.
Willy G was there, man. Willy G completely fucking smashed it out. That rate Willy G big time up. Dude's a fucking absolute legend. His wordplay is off the hook.
Man's been at that shit for years, like, you know what I mean? He's killing it.
Even all his videos are like low production videos,
yeah.
But really fucking creative, and that goes to show it's the best camera that you need to have is the camera that you have on you. You know what I mean? It doesn't matter if you're shooting with like a fucking Canon or whatever, or just the one he's got, like he fucking makes it work, doesn't he?
Yeah, just pure skill, like, you know what I mean? Syllables, fucking, he's got the whole package, like.
He's evil. So, on I know that's a good segue. We got some live footage of Willy G. Well, this is Willy G in Termite. You can catch this here on his Facebook and his YouTube page. So, this is Willy G live at Bennigans.
Drop with the hot dogs when I rock non-stop with the pop John Locke, philosophical thoughts that belong in the hospital locked up. Full of scars wrapped with the unstoppable onslaught. Better fall back when the bomb drops. Sicker than the body of a stripper in a swamp bog. Lower than a con conducting the con job. Spin turning human to women taking my ball cock. Have sex with the women the minute my balls drop. Sick, coffee kill, all used to bodies get hauled off. Hit 40 on a killing spree. Only got caught in a pawn shop trying to pawn a bloody sawed off. Nothing but an all ball off. The reduct, the wrong call is needed. I'm sicker than a condom on a knob gone gangrene till it falls off. Bleeding in a Peter Pop, eating like a hot dog. Oh God, me when I'm coming through. Don't know me, you wonder who. You don't have a fucking clue, but you know what I'm gonna rap with the beat spots with the heat down. I'm finna leap, stand back in my feet. Mine lies in the street, stand back when I speak. Rap finds this is my mind, Willy G. Mental essentially, rap fast, lyrically pants of potential. I blast, I kill a creep, holocaust, bomb drop. Blast you to smithereens, torn up. Body parts, line, done and skibbery. L shit, chillin', I'm a vision and I'm in a dream. Kill shit, spittin' till I'm sitting in a limousine. Highs my gas, my flame through the killer feast. I'm my cast guys, this is what they're giving me. Gas got lockdowns, titties are jiggling. I go fly, so swinging by the Listerine. Struggling to post it till I'm living in the LSC. Genius with the secrets, fuck around and spill the beans.
That was Willy G. You can check Willy G out on Facebook and YouTube. He's got a tune called Turf as well, which you should fucking see. It's fucking hilarious. All about cutting turf down in Donegal.
That shit was on the Donegal newspaper and everything like that.
He's on a show, famous. So big up Willy G. You were saying before that there was a load of new, fresh people coming down there.
Yeah.
And it seemed like a lot of the youth in Derry seemed to be getting an interest in writing lyrics, and of course Derry is fucking famous for fucking Seamus Heaney.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Like Derry's got a rich cultural, poetic tradition. What would you say would be the best ways if there was kids out there that wanted to sort of test the waters with hip hop, and they wanted to come down and they wanted to write some bars and then get in front of people to kind of show their stuff? Have you got anything that they could maybe like test their skills out or give it a go, or what would you have in place so that they can test out their stuff?
Well, every time we do these gigs, at the start of the night there's a 15-minute segment called the open mic cypher. Beats are playing, come up, split your rhymes, pass the mic to the next guy. But if you've got some rhymes to kick, come down to the Northwest Hip Hop Nights. Everybody's fucking welcome. Do you know what I mean?
We got footage from Shane Dean's tune up his album called Classic.
Yeah, it's featuring myself, with the folks to BFC and Amanda Healy.
And so this was Classic at Bennigans on the night.
She didn't get a spot bars on a crystal guitar night. Stole a bar fight, then I'll hit little Parker's like a hard night. Something every couple of frames to break the star shake. Their arse right, and pull the book of sharp right. I'm great at beers, I'm following profanity. Play it on a job, but you're a massive loss of panic. I'm twisting blind for the hip hop fanatics, we're on it. But you should be prepared for the classic. If you're a state on the brain, then I'm not in my head. I put my name in the game, cause I can challenge the... Say what? I'm mad about myself, and I don't give a fuck about some bodies on a 12. Put the ladder on the shelf, boy, you can step up. When you bring your head up, I'm a winner. scared to get balls. Talking with the kids, your eagles gonna get massacred. I mean these older rappers, I mean A&R's a
It's a classic.
That's a classic.
Listen if you dare.
Don't dare.
It's a classic.
Oh, sex, so class.
I'm gonna fuck you up in the head.
We won't.
It's a classic.
That's a classic.
Listen if you dare.
Just don't dare.
It's a classic.
So sex, so
I'm gonna
class.
fuck you up in the head.
I'm like a poor dose of cannabis. He said they handle this graffiti on the walls to the sum of all the vandalists. Scandalous, how we don't pay for the damages. We're anarchists, how we were born as the savages. Rap manuscript, they eat the MCs like sandwiches. Parsimony into brain sales of your cabbages. Craftsmanship, my pants the magic trick. Cause when I rhyme, cause the abracadabra shit. I'm back out in the pot of down with an ice splatter. I start grabbing that mammoth hammer with full manners. You buy a rapper, still slapper, bladder. Put your punch all the time like an overactive bladder. I'm out of this word, call me Saturn. Even though I'm on a planet, you wouldn't understand shit.
I'm here with my man Costello. What's happening, Costello? Costello's all the way from Dublin. Part of the working class records crew. Came up as part of the Gas Shot Failure Night to do a couple of tunes in Bennigans. How's your feet been up a day, bro?
Oh, loving it, yeah. The boys will make us feel very welcome there. Shout out to Shane and Brendan. Met us at the bus stop with our little brother Lee and bouncing us around the city since I came down. And, yeah, loving it. That was straight. The reception from the fans last night and all the heads in there was, yeah, feel loved. You know?
There was a lot of energy in Bennigans last night.
Yeah,
and there was a whole lot of crowd participation shit. It seemed like everything you were saying, the whole crowd was repeating it back and it was dead responsive.
Yeah, I tried to do a set like that, like I do try and do that, like instead of just rapping straight all the way, like trying to incorporate them a bit into it, because I mean they're having fun.
What I want to talk about the Accapella tune that you did at the end, because that was the one that really resonated with me, just because it was so detailed. And it was so in depth of Irish history. What do you call that?
Page of history.
A page of history, right? Well, I'm going to show the page of history now. So for this is Accapella that Costello did at Bennigans called A Page of History. It was probably one of the best sort of renditions of like Irish history that I've heard from any artists. You know, it was a belter tune, but here the proof's in the pudding. What do you see this here shit? So this is Costello doing A Page of History at Bennigans last night. Check it out.
Freedom caged in the prisoner's mind. People are victims to man's sinister crimes. Can read between the lines to see the lawyers, the system devised. Let me grace your essence with some wisdom of mine. Study all the time to ensure that the literature's voice. Over the past millennium, there's plenty to learn, but to put a brief yard of carve the whole world up. Not that the skill curriculums teaching bullshit. Mankind was induced with greed, and the products resulted in laying way for the injustice of the 1600s. For the great shame, I place blame between the culprits. Can it be these horrific deeds were merely forgiven? The age of imperialism was clearly beginning. One of the central powers was the island of Britain, held by a monarchy who ruled with a violent tradition. Throughout our history, there's horrors that the torrents inflicted, but the books will never detail or its description. See things from the Anglo exploring, here since the 1169 invasion of the Anglo-Normans. Bore witness to the declaration of the evil, seen through the cruelty and degradation of our people, suffered all the way through to the age of the Tudors. Homeland enslaved to the claim of the rulers. Seems like every uprising was destined to fail. The Irish forces were crushed at the Battle of Kinsale. 1603, Hugh O'Neill signed the Treaty of Mellifont, brought an end to the 9-year war that the rebels launched. These events laid down the planet the devil wants. Now the British had some new lands to settle on, remaining there as an exile, the flight of the years. Tragic twin that brought a new plight to our world, under the rule of King James and Charles I. Life here quickly changed from hard to worse. Look at what our people lost with the penal laws. Victims to a grade that was never seen before. Cruel deeds used to decimate a nation and culture. Was widespread with the plantation of Ulster. Still a stronghold for some of the Gaelic chieftains. Appalling how our motherland was raped and beaten. All the constant skirmishes had hate increasing. For the shameful reasons of these racist demons, Pope and Rome was a nothing but a prominent emperor. Catholics felt in the mercy of a dominant predator. So began the wars with the Protestant settlers. State the origin of the conflicts of the consciousness registers. 1641, the Irish led a rebellion in Britain around the same time. Earlier was Cromwellian. Man deemed as the executioner of God himself, brought an end to the monarchy and started a commonwealth. Dictator who converted to becoming a Puritan. If I wrote it in his heart and a lust for murdering, we can hear the pain
and sorrow that the songs tell. Persecution suffered at the hands of Cromwell. Hatred brought to us both the weak and strong fell. Basically it was a genocide and a bombshell. Sent us on to hell or the road to Connacht, or brought to the new world to be sold as products. Goes with the fate that they bestowed upon us. Protestants settled the Ulster and sold the province. Fuck a social comment to keep the vocals honest. They were holding knowledge from us, God's broken promise. Was a terrible campaign of ethnic cleansing. So many lives came to a desperate ending. Young girls from the ages of 10 to 14 was sent to be the sex slaves in the Caribbean. Made up 3/4 the population. I'm on to rap. Took a shit settling in me mind, made me want to rap. Took us from our land and never brought us back. Britain's next door neighbour is no stranger to the haunted acts. Seen as the dirty peasants of the Catholic Empire. Tried to use from the land, St. Patrick inspired. Half the population massacred by hell's fire. On the open slave markets, Africans sell higher. Slaves to this new world, just look how far they crossed. Hard days labour in the sun of Barbados. Planters call us rednecks, look at they even get fed. Slavery and indentured servant, we were walking till our deathbed. History of Africa's the one we more related. We're all brought as livestock to the island of Jamaica. The Atlantic was controlled by the English, Spanish and Portuguese. Vessels with live cargo, but traffic through the ports and seas. Willy Gallagher, we gon' play with misery. The song I sing for Ireland is a painful symphony. For the hearts that stay courageous, full embrace and victory. And stood in the face of this blatant bigotry. Blessed with the poetic ruin this nation's given me. I'll take a page of history and paint it vividly. Yes, yes. Yes, yes.
So that was a page of history by Costello. No doubt that was a deep, deep tune. So when you did that tune, how did you research it, or how did you like conceptualize it? There's a lot going on in that tune. It's deep. It's a deep tune.
Yeah. I wanted to break it down a lot of the history with the 1600s especially. Like everybody knows the history of Ireland, but I've been mad into Irish history since I was a kid. Shout out to Mr. Keane, my primary school teacher. He kept the seed growing, you know what I mean? But just always studied it, and he taught us a lot about just everything in Irish history. Taught us a lot of it orally rather than what was in the books, and a lot of that stuck with me always when I was growing up. So I knew all the history, like, if you get me. But I just definitely said I had to put the 1600s. A lot what happened with after the flight of the Earls. A lot of people don't really know that, like, Ulster was the last spot for the Gaelic chieftains, like, in Ireland when the rest of Ireland was taken over, and it was only with the flight of the Earls after Hugh O'Neill lost the battle, the 9-year war, before you had to leave with the other leaders that were still in Tyrone or around Ulster, and so that basically left an open market for like a lot of Presbyterians and Ulster Scots, and that's what they call themselves, I suppose, over here now. That's where the heritage comes. But a big influx came over from Scotland and Britain, of course, and that was the origin, basically, from where I see of where the troubles, what people want to call. They say, oh, it started back in the 60s, 70s, but the truth is, if you look at the history, it started back around the 1600s when all these events took shape, and of course Cromwell coming over didn't make it any better for the Irish, like, so. Yeah, Jesus, but I just felt I had to put a lot of that stuff out there to, you know, it resonates deeply with me, and of course them being in Derry, and you can look around and they still uphold the Irish roots, and you know, so I definitely wanted to do it, and hopefully get a lot more done, pages of history or songs on that wavelength, because I feel it's a lot more beneficial to young heads coming up rather than like telling them how to sell drugs or whatever rappers could be doing in other genres, you know what I mean? It's like, you know, keep it real with them, and, you know, let them know where they're going. Like Bob Marley said, if you know your history, you know where you're coming from, you know where you're going. So, sort of like, you know the history to see where you're going for the future.
You have to look backwards before you can look forward.
Yeah, pretty much.
Definitely. So, what all stuff have you got coming up in the future? Have you got any albums in the works?
Yeah, I just dropped an album with Jerry Boy, So Classic. We done it back in February. We released it for free. There's 3 videos up on it already on YouTube, So Classic, Limited Time, and Do the Best I Can Part 2. I went over to Paris for that when I was doing a gig, so I brought my cameraman with me and we shot a video over there for that. Doing a few new tunes, like I have a new album in the mix, a mixed production album. I have stuff from G.I., Jerry Boy, Jackknife J, Red Eye, a few of the top producers around Dublin at the moment, or around, you know what I mean, the localities, but yeah, that's the next one in the works. Hopefully keep it going. I want to get a lot more stuff done with the lads up here, like, you know what I mean, and the Belfast heads, and just link together and
Exactly.
you know, let everybody know what's going on, that we are here. There's real hip hop happening all over
That's
the
what I
country,
mean.
and let them tap into it.
100%. I think that's when the real stuff's going to start happening, when people start to get outside their own areas, you know what I mean, their own localities. Because sorry for like, if you're in Derry and you do stuff in Derry, but if you're in Derry and you can go down to Dublin and then vice versa, and then there's heads doing stuff in Galway and Limerick
Cork and everything,
Cork
you name it,
everywhere.
Waterford, yeah.
So like maybe a rotation and a collapse on each other and all. You know?
Get everybody together, because it's great to travel around, and this is my first time being in Derry. You know what I mean? And like, I'm always living in one all my life, but I've never travelled up here before, so it's just even to get out and travel. I was down in Cork, Limerick, playing all to do with the music, Belfast and all, and it's a great feeling like, to go out to the city, see what's popping in the cities. You're getting nothing but love and respect from all the heads, because they're just hip hop heads through and through, and it's deep, yeah, to know that it's buzzing on the island, and make sure you're a part of it, you know, if you're into it, you know, look into it.
Fucking right, it's cool now, like, you know what I mean? And then the kids that are starting as well, keep penning them bars, because you never know where it might take you, know what I mean?
That's right, I've been to Moscow, Bern, fucking Austria, played in Cape Town, Paris, all on the strength of music. When I was 14, started rapping, and teachers were saying, oh, what you doing, you're bleeding up being real, do something real and all. So what are you talking about? I'm the realest person in the class. Stay true to your dreams, stay true to what you want to do, and you will get there.
And now look where it is! And now look where it is!
In Derry!
He's racing to Mecca!
Making it big, bro!
You know what I mean? Well, hey, big up Costello.
Nice one for having us, Danny.
Exactly, big up the
Keep it lit, Derry. I wish I was back home in Derry.
Yes!
Yeah, about to get live.
Johnny Diatribe.
Done did it, come with it.
Johnny Diatribe. Johnny Diatribe. Johnny Diatribe. I got the